I'm Sabrina. Thank you for joining me in this yoga for climbers. Today we're going to be working on opening up the hips, getting the knots out of the shoulders and the back, range of motion in the shoulders, and strength in the shoulders. So all things that we need to improve our climbing experience. So thank you for joining me, and let's start in child's pose. So have your knees wide and your toes can touch and sink back. Your hips towards your heels. Rest your forehead on the mat, and if it doesn't fit there, you can put a block underneath your head. We're going to take a few breaths here. Just coming present to our mats, to the present moment. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Again, breathe in and let everything melt as you exhale out. Maybe rock the forehead side to side, massaging the muscles of the forehead. And then we're going to come to all fours. So coming up on our knees and our hands. Have your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. And we're going to start doing some cat-cows to warm up the spine. So we drop the belly, lift the chest, tip the tailbone, look up, and then exhale, draw the navel in, and press the spine up towards the ceiling, looking between your knees. Again, drop the belly, lift the chest, tip the tailbone, looking up. Inhaling, and then exhale, round your spine like an angry cat. Work through, like 4 more for each. So I want you to think about each vertebrae moving one at a time. We are massaging the discs in between the vertebrae, making them more supple, bringing more blood flow and fluid in. Stay connected to your breath. Push up high, drop the belly down low. Last one for me. Coming to neutral spine. So let's move up the hamstrings. So we're going to tap the toes. Inhale, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. So you want to bend into your knees as much as you need to have your spine straight, and push the weight away from your hands. Your head is in between your arms and just hanging there. We're not holding it up. Chest is falling towards the thighs. And start to pedal. So bend into one knee and then the other. Get as much movement in your hips as you'd like here. And stay connected with breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Pressing into every knuckle, your whole palm of your hands. You don't want the weight just distributed in your lower palm, because that can hurt the wrist. So evenly distribute the weight, like grip the mat with your hands as you pedal. And then we're going to come back down to our knees. So the first thing I want to do is for the shoulders. We're going to do thread the needle. This is going to relieve a lot of knots in between your shoulder blades and provide more flexibility. So have your knees a little more forward from your hips. And then take your right hand and we're going to sweep it under. We're going to thread the needle, it's called. So we bring it way underneath, pull it through, try to get to the back side of your shoulder. And you let the weight of your hips and your torso sink down onto that shoulder. And then if I tug my body over to the right a little bit, it's going to stick to the mat. And we're going to tug and provide more stretch. I can take my left hand, push it into the mat, turn my chest and gaze upwards. For even more, you're going to feel this down the right side of your back, starting with the shoulder blades, down the right side of your lower back. Breathe. You can also have more stretch here. If you take your hand and you spider walk it, arm straight out, and then the hand goes up and around, and you open up even more to the ceiling with your chest and your gaze. And each exhale sinks you deeper into it. You can also take that hand and wrap it around your back and like hook it to your right thigh, your hand. So either way, I get more stretch with my hand out like this. Each exhale, I sink deeper into this. You should start to feel some of those knots releasing, those muscles stretching. Notice your inhales and notice your exhales. We're going to do a couple more breath cycles here, so really make them work for you by really relaxing on your exhales. And then we slowly bring the hand back if it's out, and then slowly press yourself up. Nice job. And I kind of like to wave my tail here, looking side to side, kind of flexing my spine side to side before I go to the other. So next we're going to do the left hand. So you're going to take the left hand and sweep it way through. Get to the back side of your shoulder, rest your head, your side of your head on the mat. Tug over to the right a little bit. Let the weight of your hips sink down onto the shoulder. Press into your right palm, turning your chest and gaze up more. Feel that stretch happening. Breathe into it. And for more, you can spider walk your hand up, straightening the arm and around, opening up more. Or you can take that hand and reach behind your back, wrapping it, hooking it maybe to your left thigh. This side now is flexible for that. I feel it in my shoulder. So I'm going to keep with the arm out. Each inhale, you sink deeper into it. Melt. Surrender. Whatever words you need to use to help those muscles relax. Noticing the inhales, noticing your exhales. Couple more breath cycles here. Really sinking into it, melting. And then I'm going to walk my hand back to my palm. It's on the ground so I can press up slowly. Engage your core to protect your back as you do it. Come up nice and slow. Nice. And then maybe wave your tail. Look to one foot and then the other. Okay, so let's do a little stretch for our feet before we go into the next thing. So this is going to stretch your plantar fascia back on the bottom of your feet. So if you can just tuck your toes and sit up and sit on your heels. It's a little painful. See if you can do it. Relax your shoulders and rise up to the crown of your head. And breathe. So next we're going to stretch the shoulders, or the chest and the shoulders. So bring the hands back out. We're going to come to a kneeling plank. Engage your core. And we're going to lower down nice and slow in this kneeling chaturanga. So the elbows kick right back. Coming all the way down to the floor. So first I'm going to show you on the left side. You're going to extend out your left arm palm down, okay? You turn your head to the right. Actually, I'm going to show you the other side. I'm sorry. So let's extend the right arm out. That way you can see what my palm is doing. Extend the right arm out, palm down. Press into your left palm. I'm going to push and I'm going to roll over to my side. And then I'm going to bend that top leg and maybe the toe can hit the ground. Maybe not. You can rest your head on the mat or keep it up or put a block underneath you or a blanket, yoga blanket, whatever you need to do to feel comfortable here somewhere. You're going to hopefully feel a big stretch. And then you can also take your left hand and grab your left ankle, and kind of kick into it. A little back bend here, and maybe you can touch your toe on the ground. Maybe not. Breathe. So we're just creating some really good range of motion for the shoulders here. This is all just so good for your climbing, whether you climb in the gym or climb on the rock. I'm new to climbing. My niece is getting me into it. She is a rock climbing guide, an ice climbing guide. If you want to know more about her, you can just put something in the comments and maybe I can hook you up with her. And then release your hand if you have your foot. We're gonna just slowly come back to our bellies. And we'll do the other side. So extend out your left arm, palm down into like a T. Take your right palm next to your chest and press into it, roll over to your side. Maybe your toe can touch the ground, maybe not. Head can go on the mat or on a block, or just keep it up, whatever feels good to you. Maybe you can grab your ankle and keep away and open up. So when I grab my ankle, not only am I stretching my left shoulder and chest, I'm stretching my right shoulder too, and I'm in a back bend and a quad stretch. So much going on here. Breathe. Noticing your inhales and noticing your slow exhales. Slow exhales will help melt the muscles, lengthen the muscles, relax the muscles. A couple more breath cycles here. Release the ankle if you have it. Palm back to the mat. Engage your core slightly so you can safely come back to your center. And then let's put both palms on as we press up. Come to child's pose just for a moment. And then come up. So next we're gonna do frog. So frog is a challenging one for me. Let's see if I can show you from this side, if you're gonna be able to see me completely. So I like to use a blanket or a shirt or anything slippery that you can put your one knee on, and I'm gonna let that knee slide out. So let me show you from this side, okay? So from the side, I want my hips and my knees lined up, so I want them to be like out here, okay? So, and then I'm just gonna slide out. I'm gonna come down and down. I'm gonna keep sliding out until I can't do it anymore. And then you're gonna feel a stretch here. So this is great for rock climbing. As you know, we have to open our hips up and be close to the rock, and it just contort our bodies into all sorts of different ways. So we're gonna breathe here. So you stay in the posture while I switch my direction so you can see me better. So stay in that posture and breathe in it. And you know, you might not go down very far, that's okay. You can also rest your forehead on a block if you'd like. A couple blocks if you need to. Try to relax here and breathe. Maybe you can get a little more flexibility. Opening the hips a little more. Noticing your inhales. Noticing your nice slow exhales. As I'm in this longer, I'm able to go out a little further with my knees. Breathe. See if you're holding tension anywhere else. And try to release that. A couple more breath cycles here if you could stand it. And then let's slowly press up, slide that knee back. Oh, come out of it really slow. And then let's go ahead and sit on our heels again. Stretching the toes out. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathe. So from here we can untuck the toes and sit on our feet possibly. And then I'm going to put my left hand on the floor. I'm going to shift my hips over to the right and reach over to the left with my right arm. You're going to feel a stretch all along your side, torso, your right side. Breathe. Maybe look up slightly to keep your chest square to the front. And then let's come back up. And we're gonna go over to the other side. So again, shift over a little bit, reach, breathe. My foot is almost cramping here. And let's come up, engage your core as you come up. And then let's come down. We're gonna come down to the mat. So be in the middle of the mat so you have room for your head to come down. And just work your way down nice and slow. Let's hug the knees in rock side to side, massaging the muscles along your spine. Try to lengthen your neck by tucking your chin and getting your neck a little closer to the mat. You want as many vertebrae on the mat as you can. And we're going to do happy baby. So you point the soles to the ceiling. You either reach into the outside or the inside, and you're going to pull your knees down. Or if you can't reach those, you can grab behind your knees and pull your knees down. The feet stay stacked on top of your knees. And work your tailbone to the floor. Get your lower back on the floor and rock side to side. And then let's release everything. We're going to do a little short Shavasana, final relaxation. So let your legs go long and loose. Maybe a little bit wide. Maybe feet on the opposite corners of your mat. Tuck your shoulder blades back and down and let your chest be open. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Legs are loose, breath is soft. Shoulders are soft, hands let go. Release and relax your jaw. Your lips might part slightly. Relax the muscle between your brow. Let your face be soft. Breathing in, breathing out. Melting into the mat. Thoughts will come in, just let them float right on by. Always come back to observing your breath and relax your mind. Stay here as long as you like. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day.